Okay, so now for the first stitch, the actual stitch of crochet, the shortest one, which is called the single chain. I've made about 15 chains, right? Here's the slip knot, and then there are 15 chains. The single chain is the shortest stitch, but when after you've made your starting chains, you will be moving the chains to your left like that. So you're no longer holding it like this, which is how you'd made the chains. You're now holding it like so, and you're now going to be working right to left. Crochet always, nearly always, is worked right to left. So when you're starting now, when you're going to start creating the fabric, so this was your starting chain, and now you're going to start creating the fabric by going right and then turning it and you're going to go up like that, and that's what's going to create your fabric as you go up. And we're going to do it with the single crochet stitch. So when you're ready to start making your fabric, then notice that you've got this working loop that's on your hook. You've then got, let me grab something smaller. You've then got the last chain that you made, and to the left, so this is the last chain that you've made, this V, and then you've got the one just before that, which is another V, and then you've got the one before that, which is another V, and so on. One thing to add over here is that as your work is facing you, and you're looking down on it like that, these two legs of each stitch, this part, this one that's facing you, is always called the front loop, and this one that's away from you is called the back loop. What you're going to start doing when you make the first row of single chains stitches is that you're going to skip the first chain, because that's where the working yarn is actually coming out of. So even if you were to try, it's going to be really tough. You won't be able to, because as you're pulling it, it's becoming, the tension is tightening and it's becoming, so you won't be able to insert your hook into it. If I were to show you with a slightly looser last chain, like this one now is the last chain that I've made, this one, because the yarn is coming out through that stitch, even if I were to insert my hook through it and then grab the yarn and pull it through, I'm not getting anything. It's just wrapping itself around the hook one more time. So I'm not able to complete my stitch. So, which is why you need to always skip the last chain that you've made in your starting chain and move to the one immediately to the left of it. So this was the last chain that I've made, and I'm going to move to the one immediately to the left of it. So look for the V structure, the two loops, the two legs of those chains, and then insert your hook so that you're going in between the front loop and the back loop. And then you do the same motion, grab the yarn with the hook and pull it through, but only through that chain, only through there. So you've got two loops now on the hook, 1 and 2. Grab it one more time, and this time pull it through both. Pull it through one and pull it through both. And this is what a single chain looks like. So now we work from right to left. So we look for the stitch, the chain in the starting chain that's immediately to the left. Here's how you know where to go. This is the one that you've already been into, and so it's got a little hole over here, and look where your working yarn is coming out of. It's coming out of this chain. So that one's done now. We need to move to its buddy that's right to the left. So that's the front, this is the front loop, that's the back loop, and we need to go in here. So that's what we're going to do. Make sure the tension is the same, and here I found the chain. I'm going to push the hook through the between the front and the back loop, grab the yarn and pull it through just that chain. I've got 2 loops on the hook. Grab it one more time, pull it through the first and then pull it through the second. One more time. Here's the chain that we've just been through, so it's got this big hole kind of thing, so we don't need to go in there again. Look for the one to the immediately to the left. There it is. Insert it. If you pause for a minute, you do have 2 loops on the hook at this point of time as well, but then you're going to grab the yarn with the hook and pull it through just that chain. So we've got 2 loops, and then grab the yarn one more time and pull it through both. So when you start the single chain, you've only got 1 loop on the hook, which is your working loop. You're then going into the chain that you've made. So you've got 2 strands over the hook. This is the working loop, and this is the strand of the chain that you've inserted the hook into. You grab it and you pull it through that